Hello everyone. I'd just like to say that I've never done anything like this before at all. Never spoken in front of more than about 3 people, so it feels a bit scary. And I know there's lots of experts here. But what it is, I see the Bullring Henge as a landscape calendar. I've been here since I was really small. My grandfather used to bring me in the past and told me things about it. He always said it was surrounded by mother hills and it was a place where the sacred feminine was honoured, but I didn't really listen, like you don't about relatives, past histories. And one day I was sat eating sandwiches here. I thought, what is it all about? Why is it here? And why is it at this exact location, really? The first thing I noticed about it was, as I said, being said before, the north-south entrances as openings across the middle, and the nearby parallel hills, east and west, which I reckoned would be good for risers, of course, in the east, and sunsets in the west, which is over that way. The west is over Black Edge and up to Martinside, and the east is Halstead Tops over the quarry. North and south are sort of further hills in the distance that are particularly good for checking on the moon maxes and minimums. It is important to consider the horizon line on as integral features of henges and other stone circle sites. Let me see, Axe Hedge and Five Wells are both at this end here. So I've done some photographs with my cheap camera from a charity shop, and they're really quite small. My friend Mav printed them out for me on his computer, so I haven't got any of these fancy big pictures for you to see, I'm afraid, but you can come and look at these afterwards, and they're all at specific locations on the hilltop. Now I'll show you these. These are the hill horizons. This is to the west over Black Edge here, various tumuli and things, and this is over Halstead Tops and the quarry. I started off on winter solstice taking a picture, and the sunset, it was a sunset, just here in a sort of dip to the southwest. I started there because the Baro Mound, whatever it is now, is in the southwest area, and I got quite a decent picture, which is that one there. And then I came along to this position. That's where the sun set on the 1st of February and the 31st of October too, which is an Imbolc Samhain sort of site in their pagan calendars. On the equinox, it's set in a dip, just here where Black Edge finishes with the slope up to Lady Low. And if you stand in the centre of what is left of the mound, because half of it's probably chopped away by the church wall, it's in line with the dip to the west there, seeing the set. And then there's another interesting sunset several days later, which I'll tell you about in a bit. Carrying on, and I was stood at the centre of the henge, by the way, doing all this. On the 1st of May, which is Beltane, I thought it must set in a specific place, which quite amazed me. It's set here, which is this one, and it sets at a tumulus called Cowlow, and Beltane's associated with the bulls, of course, 1st of May. Further along, summer solstice. This is an interesting one. Along this hill towards Martinside, there's a stone cross base, which you can here. You can drive up there and have a look at it. And used to obviously have a stone in. And on the day I was taking that picture, a man arrived in his car and stopped and talked to me. And he said, I'm Dennis Hill, I used to be a local councillor around here. And the snow plough used to crash into this stone and was damaging it. So he told me he'd actually moved it, had it moved from its original location further down the road and put on the opposite side. But he took me and showed me where the original location was, right at the top of the slope. And when I checked, the summer solstice sun set there. Further along that road, there's another old stone, rather like the ones you've been showing us, Tim, called Sitting Low Stone. And then there used to be one further along, but it's now disappeared, called Draglow. And the person that lives in the farm near there that was called Draglow Farm didn't like the name, so he changed it to Paradise. But when I was looking at Stellarium later, the two names have always puzzled me, Sitting Low and Draglow. I thought it must be just that the sun's dragging low, sitting low, but on Stellarium, at a specific date that I thought associated with the henge, Cassiopeia is setting really low here over the sitting low stone, and she's sitting on her chair. Next to it there was Draco, the dragon constellation, and I reckon Draglow was dragon. The most interesting one was just after the spring equinox. I came up several days to find out where the sun set, because one of the main features on this hillside looks rather like this strange M shape, and there's a tumulus Baro Mound at the top called Lady Low, and the sun set there on March the 25th. Next day when I went to the local library, I put in Lady Low Day to see what came up, and it said the 25th of March. And Lady Low Day, of course, is associated with the Annunciation and such things in the Christian calendar. And also Kailash in the myths of Scottish and Irish past. She was the Hag of Winter. And that specific time is when winter seasonally changes to spring. So that was very interesting. This is the horizon looking over to the east. First of all, I checked a sunrise over this way, which are these two here. First we stood at one side of the tree and then at the other. And that rises to the southeast way, where Five Wells is on the hill. A sort of chamber, isn't it? That? Yeah. Equinox Point was around the middle here, where there's something lumpy, don't know what. Recently I came along on summer solstice, got here at 4:30 in the morning to try and take a sunrise picture of summer solstice sunrise. Fred the weatherman said 4:30 for the rise, but of course that'd be on a flat horizon, and I had to wait till 5:05 to see the sunrise just over here, over the Eldon Hill Quarry, sorry, where there's the tumulus on the top. And that's most interesting. So most of the pictures I've taken concerning that are here, except for the sunrise one. As you can see, there's no actual sunrise, but it does show the hill, and I didn't cheat making one up. At the back of the church wall, there's a stone still on the floor, but it's totally covered up with vegetation, which I've moved several times, but everything gets flung over the wall on top of it and it gets hidden again. And it is on the floor and has sort of pits in that gather water, as you can see. So I stood behind it and took a picture over the henge bank, and it just shows the sort of corner of the quarry hill where that summer solstice sunrise is. Here. Also, the only other thing was, with it being called Bullring, we don't know if that's a modern day name, of course, but I thought the timing of the henge back in the Neolithic was when the processional date changed from Gemini to Taurus. So my friend Mav put on the Stellarium programme, and we turned back time, so to speak, in the sky. And towards the east at sunrise on the spring equinox, of course, because that's when procession's measured from, it just shows change from Gemini to Taurus, the bull just coming up on the horizon. And Pleiades, of course, were always associated with timekeeping cycles. The yearly one is sowing and reaping, and associated with Venus, you can do the long count, working out precession. So I'm not an expert, but it seemed very interesting to me, and I hope it puts some questions in your heads. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to run off before anyone can ask me anything. Oh, because I don't know if I could answer.
I think we'll just...
Not too far away.
Yeah, I think, well, thank you very much, June. That was absolutely fascinating, and thanks very much for sharing that with us.
And,
Of
course, my grandfather always said it was sacred feminine, which looks like this.
Fascinating.
Anything born at the equinox is born in the winter solstice or the summer. It also sets there in September, Virgin time, so anyone born of the Virgin would be born in June, not December. Very odd. Right,
come and find June for more of that. That's amazing. Thank you. I think we'll have a 5-minute break just to let people go to the toilet and such like, and then we're the food hatch is opening as well, so we'll a long 5 minutes to have some food. The food proceeds from the food are going towards helping a homeless charity in Manchester, the name of which escapes me, and also to pay for our hall hire today. So thank you very much, everyone, and stick around, and thank you.